Hello, everybody. I am your host, Kushan, and welcome back. Today, I am going to be continuing my playthrough of Command Live, the Korean Missile Crisis 2017, the new Command Live scenario that just came out last week. And we're going to continue playing as the Russians. So, leaving off where I left off on the live stream on the release night, I'm not picking up where the 20 minutes I played on my live stream on Saturday just because I was sick and I actually forgot to make a save game. Um, so where are we? So at the end of the last episode, we had just kind of defeated the North Korean basically counter swarm of aircraft as they tried to follow our attack aircraft home. Between our currently airborne fighters and our SAM systems over here north of Vladivostok, we pretty much shot down pretty much everything. I don't think anything escaped to turn around and go home. Um, but they still have some units kind of flying and on patrol. So we should probably get a couple more air assets to kind of finish off them. Next thing we actually really should probably get on the search for the Nodong missiles. We know that there are between 1 and 3 launchers, I believe, somewhere within this area right here, that we do not know. And they basically, if they were going to launch, they are going to launch between 4 and 8 hours after contact was initially established. So probably about an hour ago in game time. So we have somewhere between 3 and 7 hours, I'm sorry, to actually hunt those down and actually destroy them before they fire. We also have we have 2 surface groups over here. The 44th ASW Ship Brigade, which consists of 2 BBKs. I think those are Russian frigates. No, Utile, so they're destroyers. I'm sorry. So which consist of 2 Utile class destroyers that are on an A looking for the North Korean SSBN, which is somewhere over in this location over here. Um, what are these aircraft doing? Those are our bear. That's interesting. Why are they all hovering around that one point? Well, let's look at our SSB hunt. Oh, and that's because we only gave them 1 point to search. Oops. So let's go ahead. We'll reselect that point. I did deselect all of the previous points, so go ahead and add that one, add that one, add that one. Go back to the mission editor. There we go. Much better. So now those guys should get out of their little corner and actually begin patrolling. Did we screw up on any of our? Okay, so our surface groups. Okay, so our surface groups are actually are on the right mission. Awesome. And then our second group, which is this one over here. This is the 165th Ship Brigade. Um, Slava class cruiser. What else is in this group? Sovereign Mini class destroyer. Couple of Utile class destroyers. And a couple fast guided missile patrol craft. The Varyag. All right, so this group looks like they're on more of a surface action patrol. So we do know, not quite sure what this group is actually patrolling. we're gonna go and change their orders and have them head more for the coast and attempt to maybe bring the North Korean naval ships out in that direction to into range. Looks like their ASW ships are active. Um, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I was tempted to kind of maybe send them east into this patrol zone over here, along with our anti-ship brigade. But even though they wouldn't be set on the mission, their ASW assets would still kind of contribute. Um, but I don't think that's what I'm gonna do. What are these here? So those are our tankers on their orbit. And we've got some Su-27 flights already airborne. These are not, I don't believe, air-to-air refueling capable. Yeah. If I right click, go to refuel, yeah, air-to-air refueling not capable. So our Su-27s have about 2 hours at their current speed and altitude left on their which isn't going to really give them any room to engage. Um, Over here we have a blinder recon bomber. Um, is this an Eland version? Yeah, so he is Eland and EO. So he's got bomb sight, surface radar. He does have cameras, which is really what we're going to need. So I'm going to turn him north and maybe kind of insert him into the search area from the north. There is some fighters down here to the south. Okay, we did pick up some goblins. Now we do know, now actually something I need to check on this mission before I forget. Um, on these ASW missions, we want to verify that, yeah, so weapons are tight. They will only fire at targets that are identified positively as hostile. The reason for this is that we do know that there are U.S. and allied subs in the area, and we don't really want to start off World War III just because one of our bear pilots decided to sink a U.S. submarine. All right, go ahead and get things started. As far as our strike aircraft, our bombers are continuing kind of their orbit over here. I'm going to let them continue doing that for the time being. Um, this group of Su-27s looks like they are defensive. Um, Now something I wanted to look at. What does this group have? So it's got SA-19s, which are air to air to surface or ground to. Um, so we've got Silix missiles, 30 nautical mile range. 16 caliber missiles with a range of 750. That's not too bad. So we are within, let's see. Oh yeah, well within their range. Yeah, they're that red circle. But we don't have a lot of caliber missiles. We've got some sunburn missiles. Those only have surface targeting capabilities though. Um, Gadflies, 25 nautical miles. So overall, not a whole lot of cruise missiles on our, it looks like on our fleet over here. Stardog, these are actually the directional stylized icons. These are new in Service Release 7. They are included in the base game. If you go under map symbols, you've got the NATO standard, you've got the stylized, and then you now have the directional stylized. Hi, Historical Gamer, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I normally like the NATO symbols, but I'm not gonna lie, the directional stylized icons are kind of growing on me. All right, so we need to get on some strikes. So we've taken, pretty sure we've taken out those radars. Um, I would like to get rid of that Barlock, those two Barlock radars. We do know that they're somewhere up in this region. There's the, I was gonna say we were looking, there's a SA-20 copy. So S300 battery. We do probably need to neutralize that battery sooner rather than later, um, except for the fact that at the moment all of our SEAD aircraft are down for the next probably about 5 to 6 hours rearming. So if we do want to take it out, we're gonna have to take it out with the old-fashioned way with just bombs. All right, so Blinder's on its way north. What else? I know we had some other assets up. Um, we have a Coot ILM-20. This looks like it's an ELINT only. So we're just gonna have him kind of go on a patrol off the coast. Looks like we are picking up some other signals. Well, we've got a Hawkeye, so we know that somewhere down in this region is where the U.S. carrier group is. Those are probably ASW helicopters right there. We've got an Orion. Looks like an EP-3. Um, so that's Blinder C, armed ELINT EO. What's this one? Oh, this is offensive ECM. So we're going to have him start kind of heading north. We're going to have him turn on his offensive ECM. All right, so we have dodged the missiles. Those are probably MiG-23s. We're going to deploy this group in. See if they can bring them into range. Um, Nuclear fuel storage sites. So let's get some strikes airborne. Um, so what is this? So that's an ammo bunker mountain. 3,200 damage points. So we are going to need something that's definitely whatever we hit it with is going to have a penetrator on it. Elint, ECM internal, frags. Those are definitely not penetrators. My explosive. There we go. That's what we wanted. KAB 1500 KRs, 750 damage points, 50 penetrators. These are what we're going to want. Hang on just a moment. Sorry, I still have a little bit of a cough from the plague I have been fighting off for the last couple of weeks. So if my voice kind of suddenly cuts out for a couple of seconds, it's probably because I've muted the mic while I cough. So we're going to get that airborne. What do we have over here? Basically Russian version of JDAMs, laser guided bombs. So definitely precision is not going to be our strong suit. Incendiaries. That's probably not going to do too much. Got some MiG-31s over there. I do know. Oh, Maze that are down. Alright, there's more Su-27s. I thought I had another base for fighters. Maybe I'm misremembering. Oh, looking at them right here. Those aren't penetrators, though. Alright, well, we'll just see how our two do. To support them, I am going to send up a jammer aircraft to support the strike. Their goal is going to be to hit this fuel storage. Other locations that we have up here, we have some production centers, which are tunnel entrances. Nuclear research, reactors entrance over here. What are these guarded by? These are guarded by SA2s. SA2. Hmm. I have plenty of bombers, and I think if we are able to find those, I think if we are able to track down the missile launchers, I think we have the fighters to deal with it. So I think what I should be doing is using my bombers for the targets that are over here. Things that require less precision. In all honesty, I'm not I should probably be a little bit worried about these air bases, but I'm not all that interested in taking them out. Frankly, the mission kill those air bases would take quite a bit. No, there's something else right here. Satellite uplink, command center, defense HQ. Looking over secondary targets, fuel storage, production, research reactor. Alright, so just waiting on our aircraft to actually take off. I'm gonna hold the bombers back for the time being. I'm actually a little surprised we haven't seen anything from the US side. Alright, so do we have any sign? Well, we have a goblin. We have a sub there. We do have this sub, so I'm gonna actually send this one north. Have it go deep and go to full. Ew. Hunter killer. It's a kilo. So never mind. Have this one just stay shallow. Creep just over the layer. If we do what I was gonna do, I wasn't thinking if we were gonna do what I was gonna do, we were gonna drain the battery. So we'll just have actually this one kind of just actually come up to periscope depth and recharge the battery a little bit. Some more MiG-23s down here to the south. We'll have this group go and engage. See if they can bring them into range. They don't have too long left on their endurance though. Well, their endurance is jumping all over the place. They have almost full fuel, so I'm not sure why that just dropped down to 3 minutes. Alright, so some missiles have been detected. Probably looks like they're coming on the same bearing from as the SA-20. It looks like they're heading for Su-27s. Um, and it looks like our flight of 2 just took off. I think we got one more that should be up here in just a moment. 22 seconds. It looks like we did at least get a reaction from from their MiGs as they are turning towards me. You guys can fire at any time. All right, so manually fired some missiles. They're now going to go engage defensive. Hopefully they can dodge those SAMs. Oh. And they got one. And the second one missed. So we dodged the first, we lost one Su-27, the other one managed to dodge, or the missile just missed. It looks like the flanker that got destroyed was actually targeted on the second MiG. Probably MiG, yep, MiG-21s. Alright, so we got the first one. Let's see. Alright, that SAM battery did fire again. And our strike, I almost forgot, our strike aircraft should be airborne now. Actually have them come this direction. Although we can fly in Chinese airspace, I think it's out of the spirit of the scenario if I were to do so. Alright. And we... Ooh, what? Alright, so they are now engaged defensive again. I'm just going to RTB this group. They are pretty low on fuel. Dodge the first missile. They are getting some... I'm going to mark right here. Seems that we're getting some triple A fire coming from over here, so there must be a short range. So I'm gonna RTB that group. So we know that there's something in this area right here based off the fact that we're getting some short range SAM launches. What's this group doing? Unassign. Group these two. That's strange. Did these get unassigned or something? Okay, so this is the ECM variant. How did these guys get group? There we go. Okay, so this group can head down south. Sorry about that. I want to get. Do we have any more recon? Fullbacks. Do we have any Elant? Elant pod. That's not what I want. What I want to do is find our blinder. Okay, so now we're starting to get some. Okay, so our MiGs down here in the south, they have fired. So we now know, and I want this bomber to come in low. Drop him down low. Who's gonna come in low? I do want him at cruise speed for the time being. All right, so that Sam has fired again.